Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, today's class will be distribution, and we will discuss some of the questions last class you asked based on this phase synchronization and synchronoscope and preferential trips. Once we answer to those questions, once we discuss those questions, we will go to today's topic on distribution. Hope you can see the slides, and I already sent you the slides also. So these questions like, what is a phase? What do you mean by phase difference? What is a phase angle? And basically, which is related to the generator synchronization and working of a synchronoscope and preferential trip. So last time somebody asked about the preferential trip. So I will just go through this, and then we will switch over to our topic on distribution. You see phase, if you look at this diagram here, you can see phase. The phase means a phase of an alternating current is mean the fraction of time period of that alternating current which has lapsed since a current last passed through the zero position of the reference. And for example, like the phase of the current at point A, that is here, because this total time, this is one cycle. So if you see the time, this is the time period. T is the total time period. And if you say like, what is the phase of the current at position A? Okay, what is the phase of current at position A? We say it is T by 4 second. This is T by 4 second, where T is the total time period. Okay, or expressed in terms of angle. If you say by angle, it is 5 by 2 radians. So similarly, the phase of a rotating coil at any instant, which is shown here, is omega t, which is therefore called the phase angle. This one, the omega t. Okay, so this is called the omega t. This is the phase angle. Coming to this, so phase means it's a definition of a position of a point in time on a wave cycle. That is called phase. So a complete cycle is defined as 360 degrees of phase. Okay, it is 360 degree. The phase is defined as a position of the waveform at a fraction of time period. So we can say here it is T by 4. This is the phase of a current at point A is T by 4 second. Okay, these are just basics. Just we'll touch up before we go to this. And phase difference. Phase difference means the phase difference between two electrical quantities is defined as the angular phase difference. Angular phase difference between the maximum possible value of the two alternating quantities having the same frequency. So phase angle is measured in radians per second or degree per second. Now if you see this diagram here, you see here one is showing in phase, other is showing phase difference. You can make out the difference here, what it is. These two waveforms are no longer in phase. If you see this one, that is this one. They must therefore be out of phase by an amount determined by the angle phi. This is the phi angle here. So if you look at this, this is voltage and current. We can say these two sinusoidal waveforms are in phase because this time where you got the maximum, the peak voltage and the zero crossing is same. So we call this is in phase. This we call phase difference because both are having a difference in phase. Okay. So this is the phase difference. This is in phase. Come back to this slide. So what we say out of phase means when an alternating waveforms have the same frequency but different phase, they are said to be out of phase. In phase means when the difference between phase of the two alternating waves are zero they are said to be in phase. Okay, so this is called in phase, this is called out of phase. We'll see some of the more slides on this. So here you can see here, this is a phase difference equation here. Now what you can make out here is that you see here AM, that is the amplitude of the waveform. If you see here, this is the amplitude, that's a maximum peak value, sine omega t. Omega is the phase angle, t is the time. So omega is the angular frequency of a waveform and phi is the phase angle. Phi is called the phase angle, that is this. Now you look at this diagram, this and this, what you can make out from here. Now here you see, this is in phase, is it? Now here you can see the phi angle is positive here and here phi angle is negative. So that is why AM sine omega t, so this is the peak value AM, that is this one, and omega is the angle and t is the time. Here you can see omega plus t plus phi because it is leading. Here it is lagging. So we say omega minus omega t minus phi. So negative phase, positive phase, in phase. There are some more examples I put here. So when you say lagging phase means a waveform is behind another wave with same frequency, that is called lagging. And the phase relationship between voltage and current, like if you say resistor, the phase voltage and current is same. So the phase difference is 0. In case of a resistive circuit, we say the voltage and current are in the same, so there is phase difference is 0. In capacitive circuits, we say current is leading the voltage, so phase difference is 90 degrees. The current is leading by 90 degrees. Inductance, voltage leads by 90 degrees, so we say phase difference is. Look at this one here. Now here you see, this is a single phase supply here. This is one cycle. So the time taken to complete one cycle is the time period T. Okay. So this phase angle can be represented by omega, like here it is by omega, that is the phi. So what is omega? Omega is equal to 2 pi f. Okay. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. Let's see one more circuit. Now you look at this. Here you see here VA, this is VA, this is VB, this is VC. 3 phase supply it is. VA one phase, another phase, let's say it is RYB. RYB, 3 phase supply here. So VA is equal to 10 sine omega t. 10 sine omega t, and VB is equal to 10 sine omega minus 120. Because the VB is starting from here. The B phase is starting from here, like this, it is starting. And see the C phase. C phase is starting from here. So what we can make out from this? A is starting from here 0. B is starting from 120. C is starting from 240. So when you represent this by a vector format, it will be like this. VA, VB, VC. This is the vector format. Now here you can see here VA is equal to 10 sine omega t. Wherever you want to find the values here, like you want to find what is the instantaneous value at 60 degree, what is at 120. If you put values here, instead of omega, you put the values, you can find out what is the instantaneous voltage, VA voltage. Okay. In this VB saying 100 sine omega t minus 120. Because it is starting from here, minus 120. You see, it is lagging by 120 degrees here. And see VC, VC is starting from here. It is 240 degrees. So that is why instantaneous voltage, if you see here, VA is equal to 100 sine omega t. VB is equal to 100 sine omega t minus 120. VC is equal to 100 sine omega t minus 240. So this is the way a 3-phase supply, the waveforms are like this. This is the vector diagram. So this windings, this is placed 100 and the coils are placed 120 degree apart. Okay. So why I come to this, to show what is the importance of the phase angle, what do we call phase angle. Okay. When we say phase angle means like incoming supply and the switchboard. The phase angle should be, we say phase angle, the voltage potential should be 0. That means the generator which is running, it will have a vector diagram like this. The incoming generator also should have a vector diagram like this. So this phase angle between these two should be 0. So there is no potential difference. Okay. So this is the instantaneous voltage. VA sin omega t. As I told you, omega means it is 2 pi f. So here 100, this 100 is showing peak voltage. You see 100 sin omega t. So if you want to find out this voltage at particular angle, you can put this and find out this. So this is about the, hope you are clear. One cycle, this is the time period. So we can say frequency is equal to 1 by t. So if it is a 50 hertz frequency, what will be the time period? It will be 20 milliseconds, is it? T is equal to 1 by f. So it will give 20 milliseconds. F is equal to 50 hertz means it will be F is equal to, T is equal to 1 by f. So it will become 20 milliseconds. Okay, now let this one. You see here, V is equal to 141.4 sin omega t. Okay, is applied across 50 ohms resistance. Calculate the RMS voltage and the supply frequency. So here you must remember, this is the peak voltage, 141.4, that is E max. Then sin omega t. Omega t is given to you because this is omega radians, this is 314.2. So if you take E RMS voltage, then peak voltage divided by root 2 gives you the RMS voltage. So RMS voltage is 100 volt. And we know like omega is equal to 2 pi f. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. So f is equal to omega by 2 pi, then 50 hertz is the frequency. Okay. Hope this is clear. Just to show you one example, what is instantaneous voltage, how you calculated this. So this is we call it as a phase angle here. You can see phase angle. You see these are called the phase angle. 3 coils are there. This is the angle between the coils, alpha, beta, these are the coils. So this you can see here, beta here, alpha plus beta. So now consider 3 similar singleton coils displayed from each other by an angles alpha and beta and rotating in a uniform magnetic field with angular velocity. So in this case, the value of the induced EMF in 3 coils are same. But there is one important difference. The EMF in these coils do not reach their maximum or 0 values simultaneously, but one after another. So it is seen that the curve B, that is the one, this curve and the C, curve C, this one are displaced from A and angles beta and alpha plus beta. So that means that the phase difference between A and B is beta and B and C is alpha. But between A and C is alpha plus beta. So this is called the phase angle. What you see here, this is the angles alpha, beta. This is called the phase angles. Okay, phase angles, you can call this as a phase angle. This diagram you see here. Now in this case, this is a phase out of balance because A, B and C here. A and B and C, 0 degrees, 120, 240 degrees. Now, in this direction, so you can see it is A, C and B. So what is the correct sequence should be? It should be A, B, C in the same sequence it should be. Phase angle should be same. So here also, you can see here and this slide, you look at this. Phase angle matching requires that the waveforms rise and fall in together with no angle difference. So this is the correct. It should rise and it should fall. 0 crossing, it should be same. So the potential difference between the phases being matched must be 0. That means this is showing incoming generator and the bus bar. If you see one phase, should be R phase means it should be same like this. Y phase should be same like this. D phase should be same like this. So in that case, what will happen? There will be potential difference between the phase being matched must be 0. So this is a very important, this is called the phase angle. Okay, this is wrong. It should be same like this. Okay, this is about the phase angle and phase difference. You see, phase difference and phase angle is almost same. Okay, so phase angle, phase difference, we can say this is almost same. Not almost same, you can say it is same. Phase angle and phase difference both are same. And this is what we have discussed about the last time. Somebody asked about the synchronoscope. You see, we have different type of synchronoscope. Some of ship you'll find that electronic type. Some of them are like this, and some of them very old types. So here, if you look at this, see, whenever it gets synchronized, now two parameters to be checked. One is the frequency and the phase angle here. If the frequency of the incoming machine is more, means this is rotating in the clockwise direction. If it is slow, means it will rotate like this. Now, when you almost come to this position, that means the phase angle, the phase angle must be 0. That indicates it's called the sync position. It is the correct position to synchronize. When these both green lights are on, it's a correct position. If you look at the back of a synchronoscope, you'll have like connection like this. Two wires are coming from the main switchboard, these two, and two wires are coming from the incoming generator. So it's only taken two phases, like one R or Y, or any two phases of the switchboard, any two phases of the incoming generator. So for electrical system to be synchronized, both systems must operate at the same frequency, and the phase angle between the systems must be 0. So synchronoscope measures and display the frequency difference. If there is a difference in frequency, suppose the incoming generator frequency is more, then you find it is rotating in the clockwise directions. If the incoming generator frequency is less, then it will be rotating in the anti-clockwise directions. So synchronoscope measures the display, measure and display the frequency difference and phase angle between two power systems. So only when these two quantities are 0, it is safe to connect the systems together. Synchronoscope can be different type. Electronic types are there, polarized vane types are there, and the moving coil types are there. You will find different type of synchronoscope. But the basic principle is same, that synchronoscope has got two coils, and one is supplied from the main switchboard, one is coming from the incoming generator. Whenever there is a difference in frequency, suppose the incoming generator frequency is slow, the synchronoscope will rotate in clockwise directions. Whether it is electronic or whether it is moving coil or whether it is like polarized type, it will move. If the incoming generator frequency is less, then it will rotate in the clockwise direction. If the incoming generator frequency is, if it is high, it will rotate in clockwise. If the incoming generator frequency is low, it will rotate in the anti-clockwise directions. So the polarized vane synchronoscope has a field winding with a phase shifting network arranged to produce a rotating magnetic field. We will see this polarized vane type synchronoscope. It's a bit old one, but I'll show you the electronic one also. So when you look at the back side of the synchronoscope, it looks like this. This is a portable type. You can just remove it from here. You can change. You see it's only two connections here. And there are some relay contacts connections here. And the field windings are connected to the incoming machines. When the frequencies match, the moving vanes will rotate to a position corresponding to the phase difference between the two sources. So this is a polarized vane type synchronoscope. You can see here, two phases are taken and connected to this field. Two phases are connected to this field. Now here, this is the alternating field. This one is an alternating field. Here you can see a resistance and inductance here. Now this purpose of this one is to create a rotating magnetic field. Because this inductance, it will give a 90-degree phase shift, and this will make a rotating magnetic field. And this needle is connected with this. So whenever this frequency is more, this will try to rotate in clockwise. And when this frequency is, suppose this frequency is less, then it will rotate here. Now what this needle shows you, either fast or it will show you slow directions. So synchronoscope consists of a small motor, we can say, with coils on two poles connected across two phases. So only connected across two phases. And let's say it is connected in red and yellow phases of the incoming machine. This is the incoming machine. And the armature windings are supplied from red and yellow phases from the switchboard bus bars. So the bus bar consists of inductance and resistance connected in parallel. Inductance has a delaying current effect by 90 degrees related to the current in the resistance. So this purpose of this one is to give a phase shift and to create a rotating magnetic field. It is slightly different. If you see actual diagram, it is slightly like this. You see, it is like this. So here you find these two coils. It is coming from the switchboard. One connection you can see here. Then it is coming like this. It is here. And another two phase is coming like this. You see, through this, and then it is coming like this here. So this is the one coming from the generator. This is coming from the switchboard. These two are the vanes. And this is the one which is rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise directions, depend upon the frequency more or less. Because the magnetism become more or less, these two vanes, this is a vane, this is a vane. This for the damping vane. So this needle will rotate in clockwise or anti-clockwise. This is determined by the frequency. This is the electronic type synchronoscope. So here all LEDs are there. You can see the LEDs will move like this. Instead of a needle, it is LEDs, that's it. But it's electronic type. So it incorporates circles of LEDs which glows sequentially in either clockwise or anti-clockwise directions at variable speed in accordance with the difference in the frequencies main and the incoming generator. Synchronizing condition is indicated by glowing the LEDs synchro on. That means this one. This indicator will be on means synchronized. So this position becomes, when it comes to here, that means the phase angle is 0 and frequency is matching, phase angle is 0, can be closed. This means it's 180 degrees. Phase angle is 180 degrees. So you can close a circuit breaker when it comes to 11 o'clock position also from this way, or from 1 o'clock position from this side also. So generally we use at 11 o'clock and we close the breaker. Okay, so this was about the synchronoscope. If they ask, you can draw this diagram. If you draw this diagram, you don't have to explain too much. You can say synchronoscope, basic working principles. It consists of a small motor with two poles connected across the two phases, and it is connected with the red and yellow phases of the incoming machine and the armature windings, and from red and yellow phases from the switchboard. So it consists of an inductance and resistance connected in parallel. And inductance circuit has a delaying current effect by 90 degrees.